His name is Dennis Ball. His show must go on. The yellow felt just floats and serves up mad dad jokes. The score is 40 love to me. He's the Wimbledon of comedy. He does the interviews that make your POV skew towards hilarity. Oh baby, can't you see? The score is 40 love to me. He's the Wimbledon of comedy.
I love Dennis Ball.
All right, ballers. Good afternoon, noon ballers, and welcome to Dennis Ball Live. And what up, ballers, to everybody watching the replay after the broadcast. I'm going to put timestamps in there so that you can skip to the dad jokes or the talk about whatever.
The good stuff.
Memes. Yeah, good stuff, right. And we have a special guest tonight, Beatles aficionado and vinyl expert, Eric, from the incredibly popular and insightful Vinyl Rewind YouTube channel.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, man. I watch your show every time a new one comes out. I'm on it like a haunted.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
And so we're going to talk about Magical Mystery Tour, right? Like,
Absolutely.
I want to ask you about finding the best version of this. It's one of my favorite Beatles records. And then we're going to react to some Beatles fashion.
Yeah.
I want you to say if it's fab or drab. Because I trust your judgment because you're very fashionable. All right, we got two real geeks in the house. Two real geeks. Anybody else in the chat? We're off schedule, but hopefully somebody will say something.
Oh,
I have
look
the
at that.
Radis
Chat's right
sets.
there.
Yes, exact. Oh yeah, there's the chat. Yes, and it actually will have a better home in our next room. So without further ado, ballers, let's go to Chuckleballs. I got some jokes for you,
Oh,
and
boy.
I know. Let's head out. You guys can park in the back. I know it can be hard to find parking in Ball City. All right, here we are at Chuckleballs. Super Bowl, let them in, man. They're with me. That's Super Bowl. He's the bouncer. Get it? He's a bouncer. Get it, Eric? Thank you. We're already off to a great start. All right, wait, hold on. Let me get the chat situated correctly. Okay, you guys are perfect. All right, cool. Now, chat words in here. I think that part of the reason, Eric, is that we probably have your fans in here, and they're going to have to wait 5 minutes before they can comment. So subscribe now so you can comment later, because I need you to tell me if you think things are fab or drab. All right, hold on a second.
Oh, you're falling asleep
This one
there,
go-
Dennis.
I'm
back
sorry. I was looking at my notes. Hold on. Eric, I wrote this joke for you.
I think
especially.
your stand might be a little too high. There's an adjustment on the middle. Oh, there you go.
No, I'm
That's
fine,
it.
man. I'm fine. Believe me. All right, hold on,
I
Eric.
just don't want to see your eye get poked by that mic. Yeah, what's up?
Oh, yes, that's true. I'm behind it. I'm safely behind
Oh,
it. See?
perspective is weird in 2D.
I know, it really is. It really is. It took me a couple episodes to figure out I should be behind it. It was worth doing. This one, Eric, goes out to you. I wrote this joke for you, specifically.
Oh,
It's a Beatles joke.
I'm touched.
You know, the Beatles went out to eat.
Yeah.
You know what they ordered?
What?
Paul got wings. John Lennon ordered cold turkey. Ringo got drumsticks. And George Harrison ordered something. I don't know. It was something. He ordered something.
All right.
All right.
That's pretty
That's
good.
4 dings from you. 1, 2, 3, 4. And Yoko, as regular show fans of the show will know, Yoko got her favorite dessert, ice cream. Ice cream. She screams. I love Yoko. My next week's episode is going to be about how John Lennon could never have written Imagine without Yoko. So, all right. Now, I have another joke. This one goes out to my friends, Two Real Geeks, who are down at Universal Studios making videos. Speaking of magical mysteries, do you guys know what language a magician speaks? Vanish. Vanish. He speaks Vanish. Ralph Smits is in the house. Ralph Smits. Thank you, Ralph Smits. I know there were a long 5 minutes, Ralph, but listen, thank you for subscribing. Oh, and I also want to thank our 799th subscriber today, I Eat Glue. Welcome, I Eat Glue. I'm not even kidding. I Eat Glue. Thanks for this. All right, this one goes out to you, Ralph. What did the magician say when he pulled an oversized violin out of his hat? Viola. All right, Eric. Not bad, right, Eric? Okay, I'll put that as a no laugh from you. This one goes out to you, Eric. It's an Elvis Presley joke.
Oh no. Okay.
I received a phone call right before the show telling me I'd won either $500 in cash or tickets to an Elvis Presley tribute act. You know, and they said, press 1 for the money, 2 for the show. Sorry, man. All right, that was pretty bad. Okay. Who else we got in the chat? Anybody else I could... Two Real Geeks. I guess I'll tell it to the second Real Geek. I have one here. Oh, this is one that I really have to tell to you, Eric. Do you know what a lawyer wears to court?
Hopefully some clothes, but you can tell me more.
A lawsuit. Over his legal briefs. All right, things all around. I promise you're going to have more of a chance to talk.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
I have a lot of questions for you about Magical Mystery Tour. But I have to ask Two Real Geeks, do you guys know what a chicken's favorite composer is? Who's a chicken's favorite classical composer? Do you know, Eric?
No. Tell me.
Bach! Bach! All right, okay. Rescue Farm, that one goes out to you post-mortemly. Rescue Farm. Posthumously. I have one more joke. My girlfriend told me to stop singing Wonderwall, you guys. I said maybe. Sorry. All right, that's a no laugh from Eric. Thank you for your honesty, man. I appreciate it. All right, that was great.
Pummel me.
I know, that was pretty brutal. Okay, now we got some laughs from Two Real Geeks. Hold on. All right, now we're gonna go into the go to your house. Actually, we're gonna go to Rewind Towers, and we're gonna go into the pad, and we're gonna discuss Magical Mystery Tour. It's gonna be fabulous. I can't wait to go. I love it. So first, we have this message from the Dennis Ball Corporation.
Very interesting. Honey, those kids are out front again. What? Kids? Huh. Hey, you kids, get off my lawn. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you two. What are you, on grass? Bunch of...
All right.
Wait, that was it?
Well, I cut it off because it goes into a thing where I plug another video, but I didn't do it as smoothly as I would have hoped, Eric.
Okay.
I was planning to kind of trim it more smoothly, but in any case, thank you for having me here.
Welcome.
At your I love this place. You have all your Magical Mystery Tour records here.
I believe, yeah. I got a couple down below, and then the rest are around us.
All around. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you. All right.
Oh,
like so we should start at the beginning. Like, oh, so hold on a second. Here, let me do that's better. So like, this is music for a TV special, right?
yeah. Well, yeah, yeah. I mean, it.
I mean, originally they wrote those songs for Magical Mystery Tour, which was a TV movie, and then
Yeah. What was interesting about the movie is that I believe when they first, it didn't come out in America until years later. It was only in, I believe, the UK, and it was in black and white for the most part. So like you missed
right,
a lot of the surrealness of it, if you will.
yeah, and it was bomb. It was a bomb, and I think some critics blame partly the fact that they released it in black and white for that.
Yeah, that could be. I believe it. What, it came out on Boxing Day. I think that's so like the day after
I didn't know that.
Christmas. Um, but I don't think they put a lot of. I don't want to say effort, but like I don't think that was their priority when they made it. Um,
Right.
but you can tell they had a lot of fun doing it, but it was very loosey goosey when you actually sit
Yeah.
down and watch it.
I mean, yes, and I enjoy it actually. It's one of my except for the Get Back Super Marathon, which is the best, you know.
Sure. Yeah,
I mean, it's better than a lot of the earlier movies because it's just sort of the Beatles musical clips and some surreal clips in between, but it's not dragged out trying to be this full length movie like Help, like the painful Help.
yeah.
Um,
I mean, Hard Day's Night is amazing.
yes, yeah,
Capturing the Beatlemania. But yeah, I agree with Help. But
but it's. I mean, the music video segments are really what.
well, that's what I was gonna comment. Is I really love that aspect. It is like a long music video, as we know today. Almost. You ever seen Moonwalker? There's a lot of
Yes,
parallels in my mind between these two films. Because like yeah, especially the first half of Moonwalker feels kind of not stylistically but spirit wise feels sort of like, what am I watching when I watch Magical Mystery Tour? And I do recommend this set because it comes with the film on Blu-ray.
right, and that's that. Now, yes, that's the 2 7 inches set, which is sort of a replica of the original release, but it has a Blu-ray in it, right?
Yeah, it's Blu-ray and DVD.
Oh, it's why it's bigger than I thought it would be.
Oh
It's
yeah,
thicker.
it's like a 10-inch size.
Oh, it's 10 inch. Really? Was the original EP 7 inch, 2 7 inch
Yeah,
records?
yeah. I mean, when you open it up, there's the 7-inch.
Oh, cool. And is it 2 different 7 inch sleeves in there, one for each record? They kind of made it, or they released. They sort of replicated.
Yeah, yeah. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, with the book.
yeah. It's got two pockets. The original would have them go in from the top there, but yeah, it's, gosh, when did this come out? 2012, I think. Yeah.
I'm gonna say hi to Jason Cope from Pure Red in the comments, and I'm gonna give a shout out to Mark Rojas. Oh, and what's that book you've got there?
So this is just kind of a making of,
Oh,
little
really? I don't
words
think I've
by
seen that.
Paul. Never get Ringo to write anything. Um, but yeah, it just talks about the making of it. You have a lot of really cool.
Why do you think that is? Why don't you think they have? Maybe Ringo doesn't want to write anything.
I don't know. It's a joke. I
I know. Yes,
he,
right.
he
He's sort of like the Ernie Hudson of the Beatles.
he's got a way with words, but he definitely has an economy when he speaks.
Well, yeah, he's that whole "Tomorrow Never Knows" is one of the Beat Ringoism, and
Hard Day's Night.
and A Hard Day's Night. I love Ringo.
Oh, he's
Um,
great. He's amazing. And then you get
and so when the records that came out of this, it's really a unique story because, as you know, the one that you're showing there is the UK version, which was on 2 7 inches originally, which didn't come in a box. I think it just was like a regular
yeah,
7 inch
it
looking
was
thing.
more or less like this.
And then the US version has more songs and is an LP. Here, I'll put the song list up on the screen.
Yeah, and then like generally the UK version was what most people got around the world, except for like North America. Like Canada and
Right.
Mexico, I believe, got the capital issue of Magical Mystery Tour.
Wow. Oh, okay. Right. So basically, everybody but the UK got the longer version.
No, 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 no. I what I'm saying is uh most of Europe and other countries got the what is considered the UK version.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Exactly. And now, I mean, I grew up with the US longer version, and I gotta say, the fact that you get those extra 5 singles on side two makes a huge difference.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I'm not the only one to think this, but I've always seen Magical Mystery Tour as like the second LP of Sergeant Pepper's. A lot of the songs were
Oh,
recorded
right.
around the same time, and they had they thought of it, I think they might, I don't know if they might have done this, but it would have been interesting to see it packaged as a double album prior to like the White Album.
Yeah,
Um,
totally.
but even then, like I just feel like they really stylistically they flow really well with each other, and it's one of the only example really of Capitol butchering Beatles albums and actually doing it right.
Right. Yes, exactly. And that's true. And it does it. So does it sound like does a lot of the earlier pressings of Capitol, like it was like they ran it through some sort of filter again, and
Oh
you know,
yeah, there was
and they would
that.
sound like tinny or screechy even. Um, this doesn't seem to suffer from that as much. Do you agree with that? The Capitol pressing of Magical Mystery Tour.
Um,
I have a '70s version. I mean, it still has a little high
it's
end
it's
issue,
fine
but
until you get to the last three tracks. It gets
so tell me about that.
well. They well for the it's primarily an issue with the stereo version. Capitol wanted to get this album out for the Christmas season, and they didn't have true stereo mixes of the last three songs, and so they just created their own. Some people say they used a process called duophonic, which was something that they did to a lot of the early Beach Boys records. You'll see it across the top. They'll
Right.
say duophonic. But some people say no, it's a different process. But basically, it's a way to create fake stereo, and there's different ways of doing it. You take a mono track, you can slightly out of phase it by a little bit
Yeah.
to make it sound a little different, or you highlight certain frequencies and put those on one channel and put other frequencies on the other, and it sometimes they would just throw echo on it, which I think is what they did for Magical Mystery Tour. I don't really know the technical things. I don't know if anybody really can agree on what exactly Capitol did.
Yeah.
But yeah, they don't sound great to my ears. I think I mentioned in my video, like you're better off buying the mono version if you can find a copy. Um,
Yeah. So the mono. Speaking of the mono version, like there's actually some real differences in the mixes aside from the balance, right?
Oh
Like
yeah, yeah. Sometimes you'll get. I'm blanking on the specifics right at the moment.
I have a
Oh,
couple of them. Can I pull the thing up?
absolutely, yeah.
I'll run through them real quick. I got these from Steve Hoffman
Oh, that's a
Music
great, yeah,
Forum.
great place.
Ice Cream 1973 wrote these real quick. Magical Mystery Tour at 128. The brass section is audible for only not 5 beats, as opposed to 8 beats in the stereo mix. Your mother should know there's more phasing than the stereo mix. I am the Walrus 4 instrumental beats in the beginning, as opposed to 6 in the stereo mix. A louder guitar. And at 139 during the first I'm crying, there's no drums for 8 beats. Fool on the Hill at 246, just before the fade out, the vocals are lower and you don't get the round and round and round and round and round. At the end, it's mixed out.
Yeah.
And Flying at 11 seconds, there's something that kicks in that sounds like a harpsichord and is completely missing from the stereo mix. I suspect that's George Martin. And at 123, just before the end, there's no vocals like the la 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 la. And Blue Jay Way, no background sound effects throughout the song. No backwards sound effects throughout the song of Blue Jay Way. At 244, there's way less echo on the cello. And let's see here. At the end, there's no echo on the cello, and the song ends cold with the last chord, opposed to the stereo mix, where a low note remains and is faded out. So in any case, those were some that he pointed out. But like, so do you notice those when you're listening? Do you have that like mono box of all the mono UK versions, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And you have is that your go-to if you listen to Magical Mystery Tour?
Um, it depends. It depends. Not always. I try not to play those records too often, just because they are getting much more pricier these days. Isn't that interesting though? Like a band as big as the Beatles would have such discrepancies.
I know that mono record is so expensive.
Well,
it's crazy.
It's just funny because like you think about
$500 for it.
Oh, wow.
Separately. Like if you went to buy it right now, there's one or two versions for sale and they're hundreds of dollars.
Oh, well, those could be like original.
No, they're the monos from the box set.
Oh, really?
People split them out. For some reason, Magical Mystery Tour is the most expensive of the lot.
Oh, that's interesting.
I think because it's hard to find good pressings of that record. Am I right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it really needs the Giles Martin treatment for sure. But
it did get it though. Didn't it get that?
It got a George Martin treatment in the 70s with a German.
Oh, okay. Pressing. So we never got the Giles Martin remix. Huh?
No, he started with Sgt. Pepper or Peppers, and then he went to that was 2007, and then we had the White Album, and then we had Abbey Road, and then Let It Be.
So they'll I'm sure get to it eventually.
I mean, there could be more news, but I haven't heard anything what they're going to do after Let It Be. I know that these were coinciding with the 50th anniversary. So 2017, 50th anniversary, Sgt. Pepper's, 2018, 19. And then we kind of got sidetracked with Let It Be because of this whole thing that happened around the world. I forgot what it was, but
Man, yeah, right. Oh yeah, Ralph Smits was saying he thought he remixed it for the Blu-ray movie, but it wasn't released anywhere. Thank you, Ralph.
And that would include the whole album anyway. And that would be like a 5.1 mix, which is not always like. What's interesting about the Sgt. Pepper's mix is that it's the mono mix cues, but done in stereo, if that makes sense.
Right. That does make sense.
So that's probably what they would do for Magical Mystery Tour if they were ever to do it, and probably try to get it all to sound even. Like
Eric, Eric, I have to tell you something, man. I'm on Zoom. We're talking through Zoom, right?
Yeah.
It's telling me it's gonna cut off my meeting because I don't have Pro, but it never did that before.
Oh.
So if it does that, can I send you a link in a second if that happens?
That's fine. I was wondering what that was all about because I can see it on my. Yeah, I can see it on my end. It's kind of weird.
Usually, it only does that if you have like more than two people on. So that's sort of embarrassing. But I'm being real and telling viewers if that happens, I'll put a video on for a second while I'm doing that. But in any case, so yeah, I'm gonna sort of keep talking and hope it doesn't cut us off. So with that said, what about that German press? Oh, there it is. All right, hold on a second, ballers. We're gonna be getting right back to it. Hold on a second. We're gonna get him back on here, man. We're gonna get him back on. Hold on. hold on. I'm gonna do this. All right.
Recording in progress. Recording
I'm
stopped.
reading here, and I'm gonna go invite. Yeah, here. Hold on a second here. Sorry, guys. I gotta copy the invite and send it to Eric, man. This is so embarrassing, but this is how it goes. Hold on. We're gonna do this. All right, I sent it, you guys. All right, hold on. Thank you for your patience. We're gonna go back in a second because he's gonna return. But in any case, thanks everybody for coming in. We look at me. I'm on the video game thing. That's awesome. Hold on. Let's see if he comes back on here. What a wonderful dude. I'm gonna share the audio. Computer audio. All right, he's gonna. Here he comes. He's back. Thank you. We're very professional here at Dennis Ball Studios. All right, let's go back to your house real quick. All right, cool. Phew. All right, man. So in any case, here's my final question of the. That was pretty smooth how we handled that. Thank you.
That was all you, buddy.
Here's my final question. So, what about that? Okay, 2 questions. Do you have a pile of records there to show us? You want to go through them?
Oh, I don't have I wouldn't call it a pile.
Is that
I
German
have
pressing
maybe
that I put on the thumbnail? That
I have
Orzu?
a stack, maybe. Or make it.
That's the one, right? That's a German pressing.
Yeah, it's got the mix you want. There's the reverse, the obverse of it.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, this is sort of like a mirror, but not.
No, it's cool. I know what you mean. But you almost bonked me in the ball with that thing.
Well, you'll bounce back.
Hold on a second. You have that thing in a paper sleeve?
It's a
Eric.
poly-lined paper sleeve.
Oh, okay. Okay. Phew. Good. Thank you. So thank you for. That's actually more like close to what Apple Records has. So is that the one?
So this is a later pressing of that German press. I mean, it's still a German pressing, but people on Discogs say this could be a remaster of that German true stereo mix.
Right.
But it sounds fantastic to me. It beats the pants off of this Mobile Fidelity version that's behind me.
Yeah, the Mobile Fidelity one suffers from the same issues you were describing with the last 3 tracks.
Yeah,
strange,
that's because
right?
they inadvertently got the original Capitol mix with the fake stereo on it, and it was a copy of a copy.
Man, I know. It's like when you love this record too. It's almost hurts your heart that happened. You know.
Yeah.
Georgia Constitution Media is in the house. Georgia Constitution Media, what's up, brother? All right. So what about that one? Do you play that one?
I've so far I've played it once. I don't want to overdo it. And when I play it, I really want to sit down and just enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Man, I'd be spinning that every night at 5. Speaking of which, do you have a bar in there? Like, do you serve cocktails? Like 50s cocktails?
We have a bar. I serve the classics as well as my original cocktails. Yes.
You do your own original cocktails?
Yeah. I'm working on one right now that it's tentatively titled Scotchy Scotch.
Okay, that's good. Can you do one that's called the Dennis Highball or something?
That'd be fun. Yeah.
Can you do a Dennis Ball themed
challenge.
drink? And then I'll come on. Maybe I can come on your program like this, and we'll like talk about.
Well, I have my other channel. Yeah, Mixing with the Geek.
Hold on a second. You have another YouTube channel that's called Mixing with the Geek?
Yep.
No way. Awesome.
Yeah, it's linked on my main page. Yeah. Hey, Paul. Thanks, buddy.
Paul, what's up?
Yeah.
Yeah, that suit does look sharp, man. And I noticed that you don't wear the same suit twice.
Oh, I do.
Well,
you gotta
don't-
switch out the tie. I only have so many suits.
Right. We switch out the tie. I mean, you have a different look.
Yes.
Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I try to match their album cover if I can. Doesn't always work.
Oh, really? That's a new thing to look for. Vinyl Rewind, you match your
Not
tie
always,
to
not
the
always.
album cover.
But I try to theme it.
So what is it today? It's like a greenish color.
Green and brown, yeah. Like the Apple logo.
Oh, really? Is that the
No, I
idea?
didn't think of that. No, I was taping something else, and I didn't have time to Superman change. So,
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, cool. All right, so
but I did wear this green because of you, Dennis.
oh, that is the sweetest thing I've ever heard this morning. All right, do you have another record down there?
Pull out
Pull
my
it out
pants.
here.
No,
You
this is the mono version. But just so you are aware, when these are
Mono UK.
yeah,
No, but Mono USA.
yes,
Capital.
yeah. But this came out of the mono box set, but these at the time of release were individually available. So you could have bought this on its own, and it would have had like a little hype sticker on it.
Oh,
That's the difference.
man.
But that was. I had no
I
idea.
feel like
this
such a
great
dummy.
value.
I was at that time. I was like an idiot. I was listening to CDs. It was between my vinyl like obsessions. Like I had a
2014? You were listening to CDs.
what? No, I'm saying like in the early 2000s.
Yeah. Okay.
I was into vinyl in the 80s and 90s. I'm old. And then in the 2000s, I lost favor with me. And then I reclaimed it. But by then, those monos were expensive again.
Yeah.
And I foolishly sold a bunch of records because I needed to move. And there was a lot of reasons why. It was sad, man. You know, but now they're $1 billion for that. Right? That's expensive.
I haven't checked prices recently, but I know the box set itself it's around
Couple grand.
yeah,
Used.
which is crazy.
And those records behind you, there's 3 Magical Mystery Tours on the wall. What are those ones?
Let's see if I can do this. Oh, nope, almost had it. Okay, that one I'm pointing to is the Mobile Fidelity from the 80s, and then
Yep.
the one in the middle of my head here,
Yeah.
that is a original U.S. pressing, and then the one all the way to over here. Why is this so hard? That's one from like the early '80s. It's a record that was pressed in the Philippines. I like it because the part where it's blank where it says it comes with a booklet
Right.
because it didn't come with one.
Right.
And the same thing with the Mobile Fidelity. It's blank, but it's blue.
Right.
Kind of hard to see in the light here, but yeah.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. It's almost, it's actually a different color. It's more of like a purple, actually.
So you switch it around. You listen to different ones all the time. You don't have one copy that's your go-to one that you listen to.
No, I mean, I have a whole Beatles section in my collection here, and it's like, you have to flip through multiple copies of the same album to get to the next one. I have them in chronological order, and then I even have more in my office. But it's I think more. I mean, I think it's a common thing you'll find with fans of a certain band who collect vinyl. They will have multiple copies, whether if they sound different or if they're variants in terms of the colored vinyl. But I'm primarily more interested in the sonic differences as well as to a lesser extent, the visual differences.
Yeah, because they're like collectible objects. They're like physical.
Yeah.
And they're of the time too. Ralph says, "What Presto do I have? It has an apple on the middle of the logo instead of the capital." Ralph, here's what you do, man. Take your record, right? Go to discogs.com. look at the dead wax, which is like the blank wax, like the vinyl
Yeah,
right
it's the infinite
around
loop.
the label,
Yeah.
and there's a code there, right, Eric? There's like a code that will tell you exactly what pressing it is, pretty much.
Yeah, well, even better than, I mean, that is definitely what you have to do, especially for something as ubiquitous as this release.
Yeah.
But Discogs has a thing called Find My Version or Find Your Version. You click on that and it will help to narrow down your search.
Oh, that's cool.
So
That's
then,
helpful.
so what you want to do is start macro, right? You want to start with finding out the country of origin.
Yep.
Obviously, the format is going to be a big eliminator.
Yep.
You click on vinyl, and then you click on like US or Canada. You try to find where it was made.
Right.
Normally it's around the rim here, or it could be on the edge, on the spine. And then once you get
And
down,
Apple records are usually UK, right? At least they were then, but now
sorry,
maybe.
Apple.
Where they have the Apple label.
No. So
Not anymore.
once they renegotiated the contract after I think it was after Sergeant Pepper's, or no, it was, I think it was after Magical Mystery Tour. I think it was in '68. I don't remember exactly, but they stipulated a couple of things with Capitol. One being you can't mess with our albums anymore, and then
Right.
actually I think it was '67. Can't mess with our albums. You have to recreate the album we make as we say it. And then the other thing was, oh no, that wasn't it. They eventually formed Apple Records, I think in '68, and then that first release was, well, I don't know the first release on the record label, but I think it was the White Album was the first Beatles release to feature the Apple record label, but even the Capitol releases use those labels. It's not until you get into like the '70s when you get into like the orange and purple labels.
Okay.
Subsequent reissues dropped the Apple labels in favor of the Capitol labels, but nowadays I think it's gone back to honoring the original pressings in terms of when you buy a reissue Beatles album, it'll reflect normally what the UK original release looked like.
Right. And yeah, often and most often, but it's probably best to just try and find it in text on the record rather than trying to glean what country of origin is. It's pretty much going to be written someplace on there, and that helps. That's cool, man. I'm always trying to squint at the dead wax, and I never realized that they had that tool. That's cool. All right, so I have a couple of questions for you, and then we're going to go to the fashion segment.
Yeah.
One's about the Beatles like making this record. You know, Brian Epstein died right before
Right.
this and it was really like devastating to them to lose him. He really gave them a lot of direction.
Yeah.
Do you think losing Brian impacted the way that the album came out and all that sort of stuff? Or not really? I think Paul sort of took the reins at some point there.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a growth period for the band. It was, I'm trying to contextualize.
I'm coming out of left field with this. I didn't ask you that, so forgive me. I didn't tell you I was going to.
Thinking about where they were on Revolver in comparison to Sgt. Pepper's, because to talk about Magical Mystery Tour, I mean, you really have to talk about Sgt. Pepper's, because Penny Lane and Strawberry Fields Forever came out of those sessions and they were released.
I know, isn't that nuts?
I mean, I think it's impossible for Brian's death not to have affected them, but how it translated into the music, I don't know if there's anything that's inherently
right. I mean, not necessarily the music, but it's just like my point was sort of like, it seems like there was some chaos around it, and Brian was running things like a pro, and these guys, just the fact that there were different versions and the TV show was released in black and white, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I don't think Epstein would have let that happen.
If you back out a bit, yeah, I would agree with that notion. The business side of it, the stuff that they never really had to deal with necessarily before.
Right.
They relied on him.
It's odd. It's an odd moment, but kudos to Paul for like, from what I understand, like kind of pulling the band together and making them continue doing this project at the time.
Yeah, no, that's something I need to brush up on my on my notes to because there's so much there's I mean my computer is resting on the Beatles Tune In by Mark Lewinson. I don't know if you've ever read any of his books, but
No, there's a couple on my list, and that's one of them.
it's
Um,
it's
there's some great books. There's too many almost.
yeah, but if you ever want to know what they were doing on a particular day, he's got the book for it.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, hold on. Yeah, and I mean, I have a couple of books that talk about that sort of. I might not be. I'm not gonna dig into it right now,
But
but
yeah, the Beatles are endlessly fascinating, and it's I sometimes have to like make room in my brain to to dive into this other chapter of them, and it's like I go like album by album when I do my research. So sometimes I
yeah.
definitely have holes. But
Mm-hmm.
the Get Back documentary just filled so many, and you can clearly see how Paul, in that moment really stepped up, and you can really infer what must have happened during the Sergeant Pepper sessions and stuff. And
Yeah.
gosh, I wish we had some of that on film. Just
I
I,
know.
I
I
really I
know.
really missed not seeing George Martin enough. We saw him a little bit, but they're just the way he came in and just had a keen eye and was like really looking at their room and just saying like with their mics, it's like I think you should position them this way and this way, and it was
Yeah.
such a like a he had such a air about him that it didn't come across as like he knew what he was talking about, but it didn't come across as like arrogant or something. It was
Yeah. Humble and confident, right?
yeah, yeah,
And like an uncle, helpful. He was just a wonderful, calming influence on
yeah.
sort of. I think he's fantastic. In fact, I want to at some point do an episode just about George Martin's influence. I mean, I kind of consider him a fifth Beatle in a sense. Um,
Yeah.
he contributed so much musically as well. So here's my other question for you, and this is a little more in line with what we're talking about. All right, there's two people watching this. Imagine one of them is, it has money and they have the resources to like search something out. They want to find the absolute best. The other one is like a regular ball on the street type character who has a day job, and he'll spend 20 or 30 bucks on a record maybe, but he's not going to spend 150 bucks on a record, say. So for those two characters, like, what would you recommend? Which version of Magical Mystery Tour should they seek out?
Well, yeah. I mean, if I I couldn't believe. I mean, 5 years ago, I wouldn't imagine spending as much as I did for this, but it was well worth the money. I think that
Mm-hmm.
it,
I've seen a couple of them online. They were not terribly dear, but they might not be as mint as that one. Is that minty?
oh, it's very yeah. It's hardly been played, but it's also because it's technically newer. It's hard to really get an age on when this was pressed. But yeah, I mean, I think I might have paid $100 or something for it. But
Yeah.
if you're looking for something in the lesser range, it's gonna be hard. Uh,
Yeah.
but
I mean, for something like that, $100 is not out of control, in my mind, because it's a really specific pressing from a specific time and place of a great record.
yeah, I again, I have a hard time recommending the Capitol pressings that, or these particular pressings. But if that's all you can find, I mean, I would go with that. You could probably find a Capitol pressing from the early '70s, late '80s for that about that price point. The
So let me ask you, when I see one online, like occasionally if I go on Amazon.com,
Yeah,
God forbid, and I look at Beatles records on there, I'll see a copy of Magical Mystery Tour, and it has this same looking hype sticker as the Giles Martin remixes. I didn't zoom in. I don't think it said.
Oh, that's
Obviously, doesn't
probably
say.
the
But do you think that's a good quality? I don't know if that's a better version.
those are the 2012 remasters, I believe.
Uh-huh.
They were sourced from the 2009 digital remaster, so your mileage may vary, but it's until one day, I thought I had one of those, but it turns out I don't. So
Mm-hmm.
I actually haven't had firsthand experience on how that actually sounds, but I would imagine the stereo sounds better than the original stereo, the original Capitol. But yeah, I guess I would recommend that one.
Do
As a
you know if they
stopgap.
sourced for those last 3 tracks? Did they source the appropriate or stereo
Well,
mixes?
yeah, I mean, as far as I mean, it's a 2009 rematch, stereo rematch.
Yeah, you'd think they would have, right? But
So
then
I believe
again,
those
you'd
are
also
true stereo um, and not the fake stereo. So, but I don't have a lot of knowledge on that particular release. I don't actually have a
yeah.
copy of that one.
You're because and you're ballers. We're gonna go to the memes right in a second, but I'm just gonna. I assumed that was Giles Martin, and I was gonna purchase. I have a '70s Capitol. I was gonna purchase that because until we had this conversation today, for some reason I thought he had done remixes of all the records, and that was that one. But I guess he hasn't gotten to it yet.
So, Ralph, it looks like your release might be from 1973.
Nice, Ralph. And let me just give you a quick tip on that. Taking a picture of the dead wax can be easier than just reading it off it. It's really hard to see it sometimes.
You need a nice
Um,
strong light. You got to kind of angle it.
exactly, and not have a not have a lot reflecting on it. All right, cool. So with that said, we've talked about that for a while. I appreciate you taking the time to go through that. And now we're gonna do this fashion reactions, fab or drab. There we are, and you're in your spot. I'm in my correct location. And what we're gonna do here, let me get myself into my chair.
Oh, there you go.
Well, there I am. And here, I'm going to make you a little larger so we can see your expressions as you react to this. Hold on a second. To these amazing photos because... All right. All right, chat. Tell me if these are fab or drab as we go through them, guys. I think I have the chat in here, don't I? Where's the chat? Hold on. I'm gonna grab the chat from your house. Here, guys. I'm gonna grab you guys from here, and I'm gonna put you over here and there. All right, there's the chat. Cool. All right, now. Sorry, let's get into this here. We're gonna start with this Max Dalton. I don't know if you've seen this before, but this guy's an artist named Max Dalton, and he did this poster. Hold on a second. Let me get it. You can't. His website doesn't work anymore, so I don't know if you can get it. But I just say this isn't really a photo, but I just loved it so much.
Yeah, that's pretty fab.
Yeah, I give that a fab too. I love it. Max Dalton. If you Google it, I would put a link, but it's like if you Google it, all the things go to his old website, and his old website is now a spam farm.
Oh,
So beware. I know, unfortunate. All right, here is a fab or drab. Ringo.
I mean that's pretty fab.
I know, that shirt is insane, right? I absolutely love it. I'm going to give it a fab, too. That's from the Let It Be sessions. In fact, I think that's the same shirt he's wearing on the album cover, if I'm not mistaken. All right, that's definitely fab. Let me see. I got fab. Good, thank you. Rescue Farm's giving us... Thank you, Rescue Farm. Is giving a fab. All right, now let's move on. Madame Tussauds, baby. All right, I'm
What is
grabbing
going
it.
on with George?
George looks like
He
who
looks
does
like
he look like? Tom Cruise? Is that Tom Cruise's head?
Oh my gosh.
Is that?
I mean, Ringo's
The-
pretty good.
Yeah,
Paul looks like a cousin of Paul.
Yes,
John,
Paul.
John's like John's
John
like
looks like Julian or something.
yes.
So I'm giving that a drab.
Yeah, that is.
But I mean, I know we're getting a weird from Rescue Farm. I call that a drab. I thought it was funny though. You can tell I didn't pay for the rights to it, but what are you gonna do? All right, this is real fashion. John's beard's not long enough. Right, Ralph. Thank you. All right, here, let me move the chat box so it's not hitting me in the eyeball. There we go. All right, here's a good one.
Wait. Oh.
I think this is Stella McCartney. Honest opinions. What do you think?
I like the use of color. I mean, I'm not gonna wear any of these fashions.
Right, of course. It's not for everybody. I like, all right, let me weigh in. I like the pants with the stripe a lot. And the top. I like the skirt all the way to the right. And I kind of like the dress. You know, the dress is a hard one for somebody to wear. Can't Buy Me Love is terrible, that one.
Yeah, I'm not loving the graphic like you said, and I'm a little torn on the early '60s done in the factory style of Andy Warhol.
Right.
I'm not sure
right.
if I'm digging that per se. It actually reminds me of Weird Al's box set Permanent Record or Permanent Record. I've never seen that. It's a very similar style.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna go drab on this. I'm giving it a drab and a fab because I like those pants, the jeans with the stripe.
Yeah, I do like the pants. I'd probably. I don't even know if that's part of her collection though, but those are pretty.
And
they're good.
And yeah, so let's see here. Yeah, and so Two Real Geek says Spice Girls Gone Bad. And he says it reminds him of the girls in Jay and Silent Bob. All right, so I think that's not good. Speaking of girls in Beatle dresses, height of Beatlemania, 1964. We've done these dresses before. You spoke about the factory in Warhol. I think these are similar to the dresses the soup can dresses that he actually sold in supermarkets. They were like kind of paper. And like mail order. And
yeah, I know
what you're talking about. They've all fallen apart now. Like you almost can't even see. I saw one in a museum and it was a mess. So I mean that was like untouched. So I'm assuming these are like.
What does the front look like?
The front looks like there were a couple of different designs. This looks like they all have the same one, but the front was like I can't dig right now to find it but they had like one that just said "Love Me Do" and had some music notes. They mostly had those kind of headshot things.
Yeah,
it was very early newsletter graphic vibes.
Yeah, I think I agree with Rescue Farm. The picture is really cool, but I'm not necessarily digging the fashion of it.
Yeah, agreed.
Whoa.
Oh, I know. Here, hold on. Let me get rid of those guys. All right. And these guys? All right, now.
Oh.
Ringo.
Fabulicious.
Fab, right? I had to put one like that in there. Georgia, we got a drab on the last one. Yeah, this is pretty cool. And in fact, I wonder if that's the Help, those apartment doors in Help that were different colors. I'm pulling that out of my ball because he's standing in front of a blue door, but who knows, man.
Yeah.
But in any case, yeah, Ringo. You ever seen Ringo play live?
No.
Ringo's band. I never thought I would want to, and now suddenly this year I'm like, man, I should probably do that if they come around. All right, John. This looks like Magical Mystery Tour, and let me just go like this because I'm wondering what on earth is that? Is that a cod piece of some kind? Good luck.
It could be that a take on that Scottish thing. I don't know
like
what
a
it.
kilt, like a kilt thing.
Yeah, that thing that
kilt
goes
belt.
in front. Yeah,
Yeah, like the thing that goes in front of the kilt, right?
yeah. I don't know what that's called.
No, but I know what you're talking about. I think it's called the kilt front.
It's. I think that's just a good luck charm. I don't know. That.
I don't know. He wears it well though. I
Yeah.
think that is from that.
I'm kind of curious. See if there's.
Oh yeah, you gotta see if there's another picture of it. Yeah, totally. All right, hold on a second. Well, I'll wait because I'm gonna see if you have anything good there.
No, I don't think this was from Sergeant Pepper's. I think
Oh, okay.
because
All right.
he had shaved his mustache.
He's like on the side of a lake there or something. Who knows?
Yeah.
All right.
He's,
I'm gonna give it a fab though. Oh, you got it?
no, I'm just saying he's
Oh,
clean shaved.
he's clean shaven, right? Got it. Yeah, you're right.
So.
All right. Speaking of clean
Drab.
shaven, Drab. This is
And that's just a bad hair day.
No More Lonely Nights era. I think, right? Yeah, that's a bad hair day. It's funny. It's very 80s.
Just
Let me see if we have any.
Like what's Hugh Grant from?
Oh, Ralphie says it was the. Okay, we have a couple of good ones here. Ralphie says it was the House from Help.
Oh, thanks.
He does look like Hugh Grant. Rescue Farm says, "Oh God, no." I think that was probably for. I don't know what. Maybe
what's
that was
movie?
for John.
Drop Dead Fred or something.
Yes, he looks like that guy.
Yeah.
Drab hair. Okay, we're getting
Looks
some
like a
drab.
sad clown.
Oh, Ralph says that picture of John was during the filming of Strawberry Fields Forever.
That makes
Good
sense.
one, Joe. Good one, man. Thanks. Good looking out. All right, cool. Hold on a second here.
So I guess technically, because okay, so that was in or was in Magical Mystery Tour, but just a different segment.
It only takes one day to shave, I guess,
think.
right?
Maybe not.
I know what you mean though. It looks like.
Oh, I'm
it looks
sorry.
like-
Yeah. I'm getting confused. No. Because that's Strawberry Field Forever is on the album, but yeah, it's not. It's not in
But
film.
it's-
It's not in this.
Right.
It's just
exactly.
a separate film, which is like funny, like the days of music videos before music videos.
I know, and I think that's one of the my favorite things about the Beatles is that there's all these high quality, well produced music videos of them performing the songs. It blows my mind.
Well, yeah, that would be nice
right.
to get a nice compilation of those on one thing.
Yeah, totally. All right, Maureen and Ringo. I'm fabbing it.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
Maureen Starkey. And all right, here's something I learned. You're gonna know this already, Eric, but the ballers might not know it. First of all, I learned that at the end of Get Back, when you hear a woman go "Yay," and Paul says "Thanks, Mo," that's Mo
yeah.
Starkey, and then yeah, I know. And also, I got blisters on my fingers. I always thought was like John or George who were playing guitar, but no, that was Ringo kicking over the drums at the end of Helter Skelter, screaming, "I've got blisters on my fingers." I never knew that until recently. I thought it was a guitarist for some reason, but there you go. You learn something new every day. You knew those facts, didn't you?
For some reason, even before the channel, I always knew that was Ringo saying the blisters line. I don't know why.
Could you tell it was his voice or something?
I don't know. Maybe it was my dad said something, but yeah, for some reason, I never
dad's
thought
a
it was
Beatles
anybody
fan?
else.
Your
Yeah,
dad's
I
a
mean,
big
I
Beatles
think by default, growing up when he did, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did he ever see them live?
No, I think he would have been too young. He would have
Oh.
been like he would have
Speaking
been
of young,
10 or 11.
speaking of young fans, maybe that's
Oh, that's a great.
yeah. Isn't that good? Okay, we've got some fabs, classy babs. Yeah, we got a bunch of fabs. That was probably for Ringo and Mo. So I love this because they're so nerdy, but it's
Yeah.
wonderful. I mean, I think that might be the mom, even.
Oh yeah, sure.
And look, they got Revolver. I mean, it's just absolute fabness to the nth degree, in my opinion, on this one. Yeah. But in
Oh,
any
I don't know.
case, is that so? That's not your dad. You're saying?
Oh,
Okay. All right. Hold on a second. All right. Now this is one which is sort of like I've seen these outfits in other pictures and they looked pretty good.
on their
But
own.
to me, this picture looks horrible. I don't know what it is.
It probably would look better in black and white.
John's pants and jacket are just completely random.
Yeah.
Paul's outfit doesn't look correct. And George looks like he's wearing, like, two things that it just doesn't look right to me. I don't know why. But in any case, we're getting fabs from Ralphie, though, man. He likes it. All right, let's move on. Do you agree with me that this is a drab, Eric?
I think individually we could vote on the different, like
Yeah. Well, give me votes for the different ones.
Again, I think this is one of those pictures that probably looks better in black and white. I think some of the clashing colors would go away. You know what I mean?
Right. But this is what we're looking. Judge the
Yeah.
picture as it is.
As it is, yeah, I would not.
Do you give anybody a fab in this picture? Ringo's treading the line of fabness.
Yeah,
Maybe.
he gets close. I just can't tell if he's not wearing a bow tie, is he?
No, he has an open shirt collar. Hold on. Let's take a closer look. Yeah.
Okay.
Got closer.
Yeah. 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 I mean,
All right. I know it's hard, man. Though it's okay. It's not anything against the Beatles to say they're drab.
this just was not. Yeah.
It's not a good day for them. It's a drab. You can say it. I got you to say it was that they're
laundry
drab.
day. It was laundry day.
Exactly. Okay, here's another one to cleanse your palate. Glenn!
He's pretty cool, man. Yeah.
Glenn Johns, yeah.
That jacket.
I know.
Neck. Looks good.
And the glasses. Yeah, yes. So this is a fab for you.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Ralph liked that look. He said they should wear 3D glasses for it, though, the last look. I'm giving this one a fab, too. I like Glenn. All right, and I think he did a good job. And not surprisingly, this picture is from a GQ article about how fashionable he was in that documentary.
Everybody was really on point.
Okay, speaking about being on point.
Oh yeah, this is great.
This is beyond good. I mean, this is beyond. Can I just point out? There's a couple of pictures from this shoot, and this is the only one where you can see that George has a giant tie printed on his shirt.
Yeah.
Which is super cool.
I love that Ringo suit and the shirt.
Yeah, I mean they're all good, and John's wearing the jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a fab without a doubt. I'm assuming you're giving it with a fab. We've got fabs coming in. They're probably for the last one, but I don't care. I'm applying them to this one because it's important. And also, we're already at an hour. I'm having so much fun with you, Eric. We're gonna wrap it up. All right. Let's see here. All right, this is classic. The only problem I have with this is that it's colorized.
Yeah. It does make them
color-
sort of wax figures-esque.
It actually, that's exactly what I was gonna say. It makes them look like Madame Tussauds.
But you see Ringo's rings. That's how I got his name right there.
Yeah, right there.
One of those is his grandfather's, and I think one of them is his engagement ring when he never got married.
And interestingly, fashion-wise, I read someplace, and don't ask me for a source on it, that George suggested they remove the lapels from the suit jackets, so they have that, to giving them that kind of unique look on those suits. Don't quote me on that. I still have to buy George's autobiography and read it.
Did you watch that documentary,
Which one?
Living in a Material World? I think.
No, there's a George documentary.
Yeah.
Nope, I'm gonna watch it though. I'm gonna watch it after this. I did just watch the John and Yoko one on Netflix. Above Us Only Sky. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I didn't see that one. No.
It's good. That's actually the genesis of my statement that John could not have written Imagine without Yoko.
Did you see the People versus Lennon or whatever it was called?
No, I didn't. Is this okay? I should watch that too.
No. It's interesting, but it's pretty. It's very dry, and it's only about the specific time when the FBI was interested in John Lennon and investigating.
Oh yeah.
It was good. It came out a while ago.
Right. It was good to see, but whatever, kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean it's a good little introduction to that time period. Gives you a good snippet of what he was dealing with, and how that even all came about was just through this random appearance on stage, and it triggered anyway, you can check it out if you want.
Yeah, well, that's a good suggestion. And Jason Cope, who was in the comments a while ago, keeps trying to get me to watch this Paul is Dead documentary about how like George Harrison said Paul McCartney was dead or something. I don't know, man. I don't know, Jason. I tried to watch it, but they wanted me to buy it for $6.95, and I was not ready to make that purchase. All right, hold on a second. Do I have anything else? Let's see here. There's that one. That one. I think I have one more. This is the final picture.
It's a lot of flair.
It is a lot of flair. I don't mind flair. However, the fact that they repeat the flair, like if you have multiple of these same Yellow Submarine patches happening.
Oh, and the Rubber Soul.
I mean, I still love them. I like all, but I mean, I'm like, I don't know. You shouldn't do that, man. It makes me feel like, it makes me think that a robot sewed them on. It eliminates the punk rock aesthetic.
Well, yeah, there's nothing about it that seems individual. It just feels very presented, like a corporate or whatever. Like this guy's selling the patches.
Yeah.
And he's got more on the inside.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to say as an aside, I like the series of 4 Yellow Submarine porthole patches.
Yes.
But I'm not feeling, I think this is another Stella McCartney piece. I'm sorry, Stella, man. I'm not totally feeling it. I'm going to go with Drab. And I say that, Stella, my child, Baby Ball, wears Stella McCartney eyeglasses. So we like your stuff. But not this, Stella.
It is interesting how so much of the graphics are Yellow Submarine. You know, which is what was it? Peter Max or who was that?
I don't. You know, it's so funny. I think that Peter Max likes to think that he created Yellow Submarine.
Well, I know
it was another guy. It was he. Yeah, yeah, I'm not sure actually who the main designer was. They had a lot of animators working on it, like young people. But yeah, are you looking it up now?
Yeah.
Peter Max did some like art inspired by it, but I don't think that he was the creator. I want to say it was an Italian guy.
Okay.
waiting
That's
for the
interesting.
answer.
Max repeated claims, varying in detail, to have worked on Yellow Submarine have been denied by the production team. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so
I've been
Peter
told
Max.
lies when I was a child.
Peter Max, man. I'm sorry, Peter, but we have to be real about it. All right. So let's come on back. Eric, thank you so much, man.
You're welcome. Yeah, thank you.
Did you have a fun time on the show?
Yeah, it was a blast.
Enjoyed the Constitution Media. Thank you for saying that you like it. Rescue Farm loved that picture, even though they were in Technicolor. Harry McCartney. Yeah, exactly. Let's see here. Oh, I think I turned down the laugh tracks, and that's not right. And then we got a drab. We got a drab on the and a couple of drabs on the last coat. All right.
Is that 11?
Yes.
Up there? Okay.
Is that? Oh, yes, it is. That is a Stranger Things pinball machine. Do you think? I was thinking about rebranding it like a Dennis Ball, like Ball Muncher at 5,000 or something.
Yeah,
Do you think I should
of
leave it?
Pac-Man.
Yeah. Do you think I should leave it as a Stranger Things reference?
Oh yeah, you got down there too. But then you have like Dig Dug or somebody.
Right, exactly. Because it's like basically it has a Stranger Things 8-bit game in it and some classic arcade games as well.
So it's like a name cabinet.
Exactly, but it's tiny. But I don't know. I may ask somebody who's a graphic designer to do like a little thing for the.
That'd be cool, yeah.
You know, but you know, it's nice to have friends who are creative and they can help you with these things. As you know, man, your friend helped you design that awesome space wheel, right?
Oh yeah.
Sweet, yeah. So watch Eric on Vinyl Rewind, which is an incredibly fun and awesome, cool show, and then also on Geek Makes Drinks. Is that what it's called?
Mixing with the geek.
Mixing with the geek. All right. Thanks, man. Have a great Sunday and peace out.
All right. Thanks, everybody in the chat. Thank you.
Thank you, chat. I love you guys.
And a
See you,
one,
Balls.
and a two.
1, 2, 3, tennis ball, tennis ball. The world outside is making me so sad. But when I watch your show, it seems the world is just a joke, and things don't seem so bad. Your multi-personality is worth more than your pedigree. You're rolling with the punches like a champ. With all your skill, you're sure when you like the room when you walk in.
That's just a lamp.
Tennis ball, tennis